Hi, here goes nothing. Oh, now that really zoomed in. Okay. Not the prettiest, but... oh, this hair. Okay, hi. This might be your first time here because it's my first time uploading, but I don't know if this will see the light of day or not, so we'll see. To introduce myself, my name is Debbie. I live in Ohio. I am 53 years old, and I am a breast cancer survivor for just over 1 year. And I don't have any eyebrows. Well, not much. Hardly any eyelashes. Hair's coming in, but really, really thin. I used to have long blonde hair, which in the coming videos I'll show you pictures and stuff. But anyway, I've been watching YouTube for probably the entire year that I was sick, in bed, and I got my iPad out and I discovered, this person, that person, Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star, all the big ones, Tati, and then of course Peter Mon, who, hi Peter, love you. But I just felt like, you know what, there's a market that's not being represented. At least I haven't seen it. Maybe I just haven't searched enough. But, what about the middle-aged woman who doesn't have perfectly smooth skin, has bags under her eyes, has issues that, need addressing, and not just pretty addressing, but like seriously double chins and, marks and, real life. So I'm going to show you how I do a pretty much everyday makeup thing, which I don't do every day. I mean, I pretty much don't even wear makeup during the week anymore because I don't even leave my house half the time. I'm embarrassed of how I look now because this is not me, but this is me, so I have to work with what I have. And I have an entire vanity full of gorgeous, gorgeous makeup. I mean, I've got Too Faced. I've got Jeffree Star. NARS, Laura Geller, Mally. I could go on and on. Tarte. It's just, it's crazy. But watching all of these YouTube videos and seeing how they put makeup on has really helped me because I always used to get compliments on my skin and on my makeup. And I never really thought about it. I just did my makeup. I mean, back in the day, us 50-year-old women, we know, we didn't have setting spray. We didn't have primer. I mean, I think I was baking before baking ever became popular. I learned a trick in my late teens that once you put your foundation on, which was probably like CoverGirl, I would just smear it on, and then I would get baby powder on a puff, those little white puffs. And I would just puff it all over my face. I look like a ghost. And then I would kind of brush it away, I guess, and then put my blush on and do all that stuff. But back then, all we did was pluck our eyebrows if we had a few strays. We didn't even care about eyebrows. Eyebrows were not even a thing. They were just there. And, eyeshadow was probably, again, CoverGirl, Maybelline, the little quads or whatever, with those little tiny applicators, And I remember I used to get my Maybelline, the red one, eyebrow pencil. Okay, so they did have eyebrow pencils. I never used it for that. And I would either get black or black brown. And then I would light it. Do you remember that? Lighting the sharpened Maybelline pencil to do eyeliner under the eyes. Was my go-to. That was my jam. That's what I did every single day in high school. And probably until, I want to say till my late 20s. Honest to God, I did. It was just what we did. We used all the little applicators that came with everything, the little brushes, the little, and I didn't have, right now, I don't know if you can see, I'm in a magnifying mirror, okay? This sucker is powerful. It's lit on it's lit on both sides, but this is a regular power. This is a 10 times zoom. Lord almighty. it sees things, you know, I didn't even know existed on my face, which, you know, is good and bad. It's good because I really can't see as well. I need glasses, of course, and I can't put makeup on with glasses on. And it also lets me see little things that maybe others can see, but I can't see anymore. But let me tell you, 10 times zoom is no joke. No joke. But it's how I have been able to put my makeup on a lot easier as I've gotten older. You know, I used to stand at my bathroom vanity and just do it there. You know, that distance that you could see. Obviously, I looked okay, but I haven't tried that. In fact, you know what? That might even be a video to try. Try doing it old school in the bathroom and then coming in and looking in the magnifying mirror and see all the things I did wrong. I got lots of ideas. I have lots of things to say. I have lots of ideas. Maybe no one will care, but you know what? It's going to be therapeutic for me because I need to get my groove back. Mama needs her groove back because having breast cancer and going through all that is one thing. People rally around you and, you know, you're always being taken care of and everybody cares. And not that they don't care now, but, you know, they kind of forget about you. You know, you're fine. You're getting your hair back. You're looking fine, you know. Not to mention that you put on 50 pounds. You know, you don't have any hair. You don't have any eyebrows. Barely have any eyelashes. You feel like crap. You know, you have a lot of pain, a lot of lingering issues. And you just got to get your groove back. And unfortunately, with the kind of breast cancer that I had, and I can do a whole story on that, it was what they call hormone positive. And so I have to take a pill for 5 years to block all the estrogen in my body. Well, you know what that does. It takes you from looking like you're 35, which is what I used to get. I would get, oh, you look like you're 30, 35. So now I look like I'm 70. You know, so makeup is the key to make me feel better. And I have wigs. I mean, I'll show you my wigs. I'll put them on. I'll do all kinds of crazy stuff here. But today, I just want to see how it feels and how it looks when I get ready. Okay, I've rambled on enough. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I've taken a shower, blow dried what little puff of hair I have, and put on my moisturizer, which I know I have better things. I have, you know, all kinds of things. Peter Thomas Roth. I have Murad. I have Alginus. I have all kinds of things. Do you know what I put on every day? Pond's moisturizing cream in the blue jar. I'll show it to you one day. My grandmother used that her whole life. She had the most baby soft, smooth skin. And I started using it probably in my teens. And I want to tell you something. I got the most compliments on my skin when I was in my 20s and 30s. And all I ever used was Pond's. But you know, I know I'm going to have to step up my game and start using all of those products again. But anyway, so here we go. Moisturized skin. And of course, as you can see, I have these, you know, bags or whatever, hollows. Those are hereditary. My mom has them. Hell, I look back at pictures when I was in my 20s and I had them. Not as bad. So I used to just use concealer. Oh God, I can't even, you know, don't mind my chemo brain because seriously, it is a thing. Anyway, I have it here somewhere. Oh, here we go. I used to only use, look, it's all worn off. CoverGirl concealer in, oh crap, tell me I don't have a pair of glasses here. Well, I don't have any readers here, so I think it's a neutralizer. Yeah, I used to use CoverGirl neutralizer. It's all worn out, you know, and it's just in this little thing like this. Well, it just wasn't getting the job done enough. Honestly, it wasn't. So I went to Ulta and looked around and tried to find, you know, what I thought would help me. And I found this stuff. It's called NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector. Okay? And I don't know what that says because, again, I can't read it, but maybe you can. Oh, come on, focus. And it only came, I thought, in one kind. I got it when I was literally standing in line at Ulta. And I got it home and I looked at it and thought, oh, well, hell, this is never going to work. Look how dark it is. Like, you know, darker than my skin. But I thought, well, it was like $5 or $5.99, I don't know. So I thought I would try it. So I take my finger and just get a little bit in here, and I just dab it under my eyes. I try to be not gentle, but, you know, I dab it in, usually twice. Go down, up, and then go down a little bit lower. Okay, I don't know if you can tell much of a difference. Let me look in the magnifying mirror. See, now, in the magnifying mirror, see, now, this sucker is no joke. You can see where, like, maybe I need to blend it down a little further. Maybe it got a little bit up on my eye, which I would just smooth over my eye then. You know, I just kind of make sure it's all blended in. And again, you don't need a mirror like this, but if you're blind as a bat like me, you do. So, I don't know if you can tell from the lighting. Probably doesn't look much better, but in the mirror it does. Or at least I've conned myself into thinking that it does, okay? So, do the other side. I wouldn't even be putting makeup on today, except, well, one, I wanted to do this video, and two, I am going to get my passport photo taken. And so they said, if you usually wear some makeup, and again, I flip it over to see, if you usually wear some makeup, wear a little bit of makeup. If you don't, don't. Well, we're going over the border in Canada in November, and so I'm like running out of time, one, to get I got an eyelash stuck there, one, to get my passport, and I don't know if it was a two. Hey, listen, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Okay, so I put a little bit on this little blemish, which, yeah, 53 years old, still get blemishes every once in a while. Oh, and I have this right here, this redness and little puffiness. When I was a child, I put this on here too, I don't know why. It just seems to help. When I was a child, I was riding, kids, don't do this at home. In the 70s, I was riding on the handlebars of my friend's bike, and she hit a bump or rock in the road, and the bike tipped forward, and guess who? No hands, landed flat on their face. Me. So I have this bump here, I have a scar under here, which is almost invisible now, and, you know, yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, so now I need a primer, and I've been using this one I got on QVC from IT, which is where I usually buy all of my stuff because they have so much better deals, is this number 50 serum. And I don't know. I mean, it's nice. It smooths on real nice. It makes your skin kind of smooth. And honestly, I think I got it because it was part of a set of something. But it's real thin and like silicone, you know, that real smooth is what you want. But I just don't feel that it's enough. And I always bring it down my neck. I don't know why. So I do, even with my skincare, I bring it down my neck. Anyway, I just don't feel like that is enough, obviously, to fill in the pores around my nose and stuff. So, hang on, I got to open up my drawer here. So I have this set up so stupid. Okay, so I have been using this Tarte Clean Slate. The Clean Slate. I don't know if that's upside down or what. Anyway, it's real thick, and I like it a lot to put, you know, to pat into my, well, sometimes kind of pat and kind of rub at the same time into my nose area, around my nose, wherever the pores are a little bit bigger and more textury. And I put it down on my chin a little bit. You know, mostly just that T-zone that, you know, shows everything. So then I flip it over to this side. Check and make sure it's not, you know, like balled up anywhere or any problems. Okay. Flip it again. That's all I do with this darn mirror is flip, flip, flip. Okay, so now we're primed. And I started using powder foundation. And the kinds I've used has been from it. This one, which is the Celebration Foundation with SPF 50. I especially use that, you know, in the summer. And then this other one, I mean, they're pretty much, I think they're just old packaging because I've had them a while. This is just Celebration Foundation. And both of them are in the light color. So, as you can see, I have hit pan on that one. This one is, I don't even know. I literally need to break out another one. I mean, because seriously. But hey, I do use it. So, I get my blend and buff brush. I have no idea where it's from or what. But it's kind of angled. I like it. I like that. And then I just swirl it in there. Kind of tap a little. And then just start putting it on. Kind of buffing. Kind of patting. And you know, honestly, it's been so long since I have used a liquid foundation or cream or CC or any of those. I'm not even sure why I started using powder. Maybe because I thought, well, I can skip that step of, you know, putting the powder, because this is powder. And I mean, I've had pretty good luck with it. I don't know. Although lately, the way my skin has been, and I get hot flashes all the time too. That's another thing that it's called a Arimidex. The 5-year pill does for you. It makes you have hot flashes, which, you know, oh, that's just absolutely wonderful. I'm the one. Bring it down your neck. I'm the one in the short sleeves, and you know, everybody else is freezing. Okay, so then I look in the close-up mirror and try to assess, you know, where I might need a little extra coverage. And this is not like a full coverage mask. It's more like a, you know, a little something to put on just to kind of even stuff out. I mean, I should go full glam, you know, do all that, and I will one day. Sorry, itchy nose. But, oh, I think I brush up my nose. Okay. Then, very unconventional, I have this transparent powder by, I don't know. Anyway, it's a cheap brand from the drugstore. You can see I've used it. I just get my finger in that little area there. I feel that this works better. Get some on there. And just kind of pat it up under my eyes. It just gives a little more coverage and a little bit, just slightly lighter. I know you really can't tell because this, you know, mirror is washing everything out, but it does work, because if I don't do it, I notice it. And oftentimes, which you'll see maybe if this video is, oh God, we're already at 19 minutes. I'll put it on at the very end too. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of bronzer. Let me pull you back out to get that drawer open. Same drawer. Now, for bronzer, I use two different things. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, just the, you know, the regular Chocolate Soleil, or, you're going to laugh, but I found at Gabe's. I don't know if you have a Gabe's by you, but oh my God, Gabe's. It's like a TJ Maxx, but a little bit lower end, but oh my God, the deals you can get. I found a whole bunch of Laura Geller makeup. Laura Geller. This is the Baked Elements Foundation in Deep, okay? So basically, for me, it's like a bronzer. $2.99. $2.99. Not $2.99. But anyway, so lately I've just pretty much been grabbing for this one. And I will get, usually, wherever it is. You hear me fooling around with all my brushes back here. There it is. Okay. I have this angled brush. Ooh. See? It's Real Techniques. I don't know. Some kind of angled brush. And I just dab it. I mean, seriously, because I'm so pale. Just put a little bit under there. A little bit under here. And got to take it down because can't really chisel a jawline. Can just try to hide it a little bit. A little bit on the sides. And then I will switch brushes and get my other Real Techniques brush. Which, yeah, I know my brushes are dirty, whatever. It's probably the powder brush or something. And I just, again, dab it. And just kind of put a little wee bit on my cheeks. Across my nose. Put some up on my forehead. Just on this hair, really. Just to put a little bit of warmth on my face. And kind of blend out that, where I put that, okay? Okay. Now, I used to do blush, which I've been using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores in Naturally Pretty. Sorry. Naturally Pretty. It's pretty bright looking, but it really isn't when you put it on. And I've used bright blushes, but then I'd put my highlighter on top of that. But I realized something one day when I kind of did it in reverse. I use the one and only Jeffree Star. Love Jeffree Star. Jeffree, I love you. You go. I use the Skin Frost in Ice Cold because it is just like, I mean, glaring, beautiful. It's perfect on me. So what I do is I have this, oh, it's a Laura Geller brush, okay? It's one of those ones that's like for blush or whatever that's just kind of puts a little bit. So I get my Jeffree Star, load it up, and I put it right across there. See? Right across there again. Tip of my nose. A little bit on my forehead and above my non-existent eyebrows. Sometimes I'll go back and put a little bit more. Because, see, I like to have it not just on here, but like on my cheeks. See? When I smile. But then I get the blush. And I get this beautiful It Cosmetics blush brush. That's angled for your cheeks. And just barely dab it because, you know. And I kind of go hard. I've always kind of, I don't just, I mean, I kind of rub it in, you know. Because it feels like if I don't, I look too pale and sickly. I know. It probably looks like too much. But then I get in the big mirror, you know, from a distance and go, what the hell? Where's my blush? So put the blush on, take it, you know, apples of the cheeks and back, and I really go hard on the apples. Okay, dust a little bit across my nose, just a little bit. Okay, so see now when I smile, there's still that little glow, but it's not as intense where before when I was putting Jeffree Star on top of the blush, it was like too white, you know. So now I put it like that. And then sometimes I'll go back. Because, you know, who doesn't like a lot of highlighter? And just put a little bit more up there. But yeah, I think it's a good way to do that. Okay. Oh, I also use, a lot of times I'll use the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. And I bought this through QVC through a deal, but wait, someday I will show you my makeup collection and all the Laura Geller that I got for $2.99 at Gabe's. Okay, so now we're going to do eyes. And, I mean, I have makeup palettes out the wazoo, everywhere. But today, we're just doing a quick thing because, like I said, we're just going to get my picture taken for the passport, and they said just wear a little bit of makeup. So, and don't forget, I mean, I'll powder that, I mean, it will blend. Okay, so, I first didn't like this, but then for some odd reason, I started putting my eyeshadow on with my fingertips. I don't know why, because I clearly have, you haven't seen them, but I clearly have enough brushes, okay? I have a lot of brushes. But I was getting fallout or this or that, and I just, you know what? I just started doing it with my fingertips, and it seems to hold better and everything. Well, then I started liking this again. It's the IT Cosmetics Luxe High Performance Hydrating Eyeshadow in Pretty in Spring, which was probably a few springs ago. Okay, can you see it? And once again, you'd think I don't have any makeup, but God, hit pan on that because I used it with every kind of eyeshadow I ever had. And then these two, a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. So what I do is, of course, you can see I've already hit pan on the lighter one. I take the lighter one with my middle finger. Sorry, that's the one I use. And it's real, real creamy. And I don't want you to not be able to see this. Okay. I put it, the lighter one, towards the middle. Oh, sorry. I usually flip it to here so I can see better. See? I'm talking, not paying attention. Okay, so, yeah, you can see. All right, so I'm putting it, oh shit, sometimes I get it in the middle. All right. I put that one, and then I go for the darker one. Load it up. And then I go back over that lighter one a little bit. And then the darker one, I kind of bring in. And then go out like that. Just kind of, see? Not much, just something. Just something to have there. Okay, same thing, the other eye. I'm going to get enough. When these start to get down to the bottom, it gets tougher and tougher to use them. And, you know, like I said, I have tons of other ones, but this one is my quick grab, let's get out the door thing. Not that this is quick or anything. Alright, so that one, and then the darker one over that. And coming in from the other side. Okay. And with the magnifying mirror, I mean, you can see every little thing you did wrong, if any little flakes come, any of that crud that gets in your eyes. You know, you can deal with all of that in the magnifying mirror. Okay. And then, to get perspective, though, you have to, let me see my junk, you have to kind of, you know, flip the mirror back to the regular one and look at it and see from it, you know, is it even? Is it okay? Like this one looks like it needs a little bit more up there. A little bit more. Again, nothing perfect, nothing precise. I usually always have a tissue around just in case I need to clean anything up. Okay, so there's still a little wee bit in there, but you can't use your fingers anymore. Crap, where's my brush? You have to use a brush, which, really? All right, we'll just use this one. Is this one okay? Where's the other one? There it is. Sorry. Okay, I use another Real Techniques brush, the little one. I must have got a set or something of these because I also have another one. See, this one's a little bit darker, this one's lighter. Maybe just because they're dirty this way, but this one I would use for the darker shadows, and this I use for the lighter shadows, which you can, believe it or not, get out of there. Again, gotta go with magnified. And I put it, oh crap, we're really getting down here. I put it, you know, from the corner up. I go all across under where my eyebrow is supposed to be. Oh, shit. Wow. Sorry, I'm swearing. I just, you know how when you swirl it and then you crack it? Well, I just cracked it. So now we have a lot of loose, but that's okay. This will work. Okay. So see, I just put it all up there. I'm making a heck of a mess. All right. The other eye. All right, I may have to retire this light color. And I've even used, maybe I will today even, I've even used the Jeffree Star highlighter to, when I put a little bit in the tear ducts. But again, this is, what in the world is all over my hair? Oh, I'll tell you what, I can't even deal with this hair. It is so... But I'm thankful I'm cancer-free and that I even have hair at all. Okay. So let's pull out the Jeffree Star because I think we need a little more. And I just get my finger and literally just barely tap it because it's very pigmented. Okay. And I put it pretty much in the same spot that I put the other stuff. See, now I'm really blinging. And trust me, if I'm going out, which is very rare, but if and when I ever go out, I highlight myself to the gods. I mean, seriously, you could probably see me from Mars. Not really, but, you know. A little bit in the corners. Okay. All right, done with that. Now, something I forgot to say when we were talking about doing the bronzer. Then I get my big brush and just kind of, I don't know, push everything together, take a look. I don't know what that is. What is that thing? Oh, nice. It's a little blemish. All right, let's see if we can try to cover that up a little bit. Dab that on there. No, that's not going to work. See how I just kind of, sorry, didn't mean to do that. See how I just kind of highlighted that little blemish? I think I'm going to have to get, and just barely tap that on there. Magnifying mirror. Okay. All right, now we've come to the part that I hate the most, and I probably don't do right. In fact, I know I don't do right, but guess what? I'd rather err on the side of caution than look like a crazy person because I don't know how to do these. I don't know how to do my eyebrows. I mean, I guess I could try. Oh, what I've been using is, well, the thing that I really love and use all the time is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. It's universal taupe, and it has the spoolie, nice soft spoolie on the end. But I only have a little bit left, and I'm trying to be cheap with that, so I only use it, like, on the weekends and stuff. So during the week, I found this cheapy one. It's an Essence Super Last, and the color that I ended up, I tried a couple different colors. I think the color I ended up going with, it says it's waterproof. I don't know. I've never really. I think is like a light brown, because the blonde was too like orangey for me. So you can see where the brows like kind of are. And I don't do this in the magnifying mirror because when I did, it was like crazy, because then, you know, this is one of those things where it's like the big picture. So what I do, and it was really hard when there was nothing there, just the bone, but I just kind of make a thinnish line and kind of blend it out with the spoolie, just so there's something there, because the last thing I want to do is draw attention to my eyebrows, because they're not really there. So I just kind of feather them to get it going, and kind of follow you can see where the line is. And, you know, your eyebrows are, what do they say? They're sisters. They're not twins. So mine are definitely not twins. They're like evil sisters. I mean, they don't even go the same way. And you find that out when you try to follow the lines. You kind of have to cheat the line to make them kind of look even. And trust me, I've watched so many tutorials on how to do eyebrows. I'm sure that I could do it, and maybe I will one day just for the shits and giggles, and, you know, wipe it off if it looks horrific. But for every day, this is all I do. It's just a thinnish line that I kind of trail off. Kind of come in a little bit. Okay? Not great, but they're there. And do the same thing. I'll, you know, spoolie them and everything when I'm done here. Okay, so sometimes one goes a little bit thicker, then you have to go, you know, kind of like your eyeliner. One goes a little bit thicker, then you have to go back and make the other one thicker, and the next thing you know, you have eyebrows this wide. But the spoolie does really help with that, because it kind of erases enough that it's just kind of like a blurred line. It's funny, my husband and I have this joke. I'll say, is this an eyebrow day or not? You see how much higher this one's going? And I'm just following the line. So what I'll have to do is take this one up a little bit, and, you know, it'll be a little bit thicker, but, you know, that's the way it goes. And I move the pencil around to get different sides of it. Okay, so see, higher, lower. So I'll go with this one and just go a little bit higher up by that top part. Just a little bit. And then maybe just a little bit lower on this part. And this one's a little bit wonky, but whatever. Okay, so then take the spoolie and just gently spoolie them. If you do it too hard, they're just going to disappear. I do more vigorously in the front, and then just kind of trail off. Okay, so I'll look in the magnifying mirror sometimes just to see, but basically, you know, it kind of is what it is. All right, good enough. Listen, sometimes good enough is good enough. All right. So, mascara. I stopped wearing mascara. Of course, I didn't have any eyelashes, but even as I start getting them in, I pretty much don't even wear it, because they're so little. I mean, let's put it this way. The payoff is not that much. A lot of times I will use some eyeliner. Again, mostly on the weekends and stuff when I really want to, you know, look better. And I've been using this Too Faced, what's it say? I'll bring my glasses in next time. Deep Espresso Liquid Art Liner. And honestly, all I do is just kind of lay it across that line. Lay it there. I'm not going to do it today because I don't need to be messing up. I got somewhere to be. And then it just kind of makes my eyes look a little bit, you know, better. Maybe I will put, well, no, I'm not going to put mascara on today. I'll do it another day for sure. But I never, ever, if I'm putting makeup on, and I know it's, you know, not exactly, kosher to put everything in your waterline, but I always have, and I probably always will. So when I'm getting glammed more, I will put, you know, the mascara on and maybe the eyeliner. And then I will take, usually this one. It is a Rimmel London Exaggerate in like a dark brown eye pencil. And I will put it under my eyes and smudge it. And, you know, I notice on almost all the YouTube beauty gurus and influencers, they use shadow for liner. I've never done that. I've always used a pencil for liner. And this is what, when it was the red Maybelline eye pencil or eyeliner, we would light it, blow it off a little, and then, you know, and I don't even think I smudged it back then. I mean, I can probably show you some pictures. I look like a damn raccoon, I'm sure. But anyway, that's usually when I'm, you know, doing the whole eye makeup look. For normal days, I use, and this is the only one, I have the Exaggerate Black. It doesn't last. Mally, love my girl Mally. Mally's graphite, let's see. Oh my God, I really need my glasses. Waterproof eyeliner, okay? It's the kind that you can roll up. This stuff is awesome. I put it in my waterline, and I pull my eye down, and I put it in the waterline. Come on, let's go. Sometimes it needs a little help, so I kind of come down a little bit. And see, sometimes I make a little mistake, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. Okay, I put it in the waterline and kind of scrub it into those bottom lashes. And you see how we made a little boop? You just kind of look up. This is what I do basically when I put that other one underneath. See, you just kind of smudge it, and then you have, you know, it's in your waterline, but it's also kind of in your, in the bottom lashes too. Same thing. I mean, because your inner waterline is a little bit, you know, wet, damp, it's harder to make things stick. So I have to make a little mistake on here too. Put it down there. Okay, then scrub it in there. Okay. See, that makes all the difference. I swear, sometimes when I would go to chemo or radiation or whatever, and I did not feel like doing my makeup, I would get some blush, boop, pop it on, and put some of that under my eyes. And I was good to go. Okay, good. Good. All right. So now I kind of take a look and go, okay, well, how does everything look? Look back a little bit. It's like, well, I need a little more foundation there, so I'll get my brush. Wherever it went. Relief. Get another one. Okay. And I will, oh, something else I wanted to show you. Put a little bit more right down there. Okay, now, remember I said a lot of times I will put this stuff again under my eyes because this helps if you get any fallout or just kind of brightens it back up again. Okay, then, oh, let me put this eyeliner away. Yeah, always close up your eyeliners because, unfortunately, I left one of my Mally ones out and it dried up and I couldn't use it and I was so bummed. So then, I have this concoction in my little powder thing. I have this concoction of broken powders that was like, probably like, you know, loose or broken powder, setting powders. And I just kind of get my, what is this? This is an it brush, real fluffy. And just kind of fluff it all over my face just to do a final, put everything together. Wow, this hair. I mean, look at it. It's so wispy. It's, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that for sure. Okay. Final step, which I don't even know. Is this a thing? Does it really work? I don't know. I lived for 52 years without ever doing this, but I use the Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray because, I don't know, I got influenced. That's their job, right? And you just kind of spritz it, let it dry. It smells really good. I don't know if it works or not. And normally I would be done except for my lips. And normally I just go ahead and do my lips in the bathroom mirror when I step back and take a look and, you know, make sure everything looks okay. But since we're here, I will use my favorite lipstick, which is Rimmel London, which they no longer carry at Ulta. It's the 002 Candy, and I've used it forever. Of course, not this one, but the one I've used this forever. It's like a pinky, sparkly thing. I love nude, but like almost like 70s, 60s nude, pinkish. I will use a lip liner when I do my glam, but that's it. That's the only time. And just kind of a thing. I don't know. Sparkly. When I show you my makeup, you'll see I have tons and tons and tons, but I never use them. Okay. So, this is the finished look. Here, let me see. I will turn off the bright light. Oh my God, 46 minutes? Anyway, and I'll put it back on a little bit. Here I am in all my glory. That glow, though. Okay, well, thanks so much for sticking with me. And if this ever sees the light of day, keep watching because I'm going to make more and show you a lot of different things that I'm sure a lot of influencers and beauty gurus don't even know about because they haven't hit this age where there's all kinds of tips and tricks to make yourself look good. So, thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.